Alright, time to make some updates to my Dimension Shift Runecraft deck, because Shikigami are awesome, Kuang is awesome, Demon Color is awesome, and we have Eleanor Cosmic Flower on the way, so let's see. Go on the young deck log, and we will try to build some... what's this? Curse Crafter is now on the Hall of Fame? No, that can't be. Curse Crafter, really? Oh, that card was so close. No. Hello everybody, welcome back to Kimmy Klein's Twintail here. I will be going about this little Hall of Fame update analysis for Shadowverse Evolve all by myself now, because unfortunately Rika cannot join me for this, but that's okay. Rika entrusts me to tell y'all what is up with the second ever card on the Hall of Fame list, now joining Shenlong, which you can go ahead and watch our analysis over here. But that all being said, let's go over what is going on with none other than Curse Crafter from Booster Pack 6 Absolute Champions. So this guy comes in alongside the rest of the Onmyoji archetype that's all based around the Shikigami tokens of Paper Shikigami. That is a 2/2 that allows us to hand filter and easily set up spell chain, as well as Celestial Shikigami that can come out via none other than Kuan, founder of Onmyoji, has Aura, and we all know that Kuan, founder of Onmyoji, can do some very nasty things. But that being said, let's go over Curse Crafter and what he does. So he is a 4-drop 2/2 Runecraft Warrior with the, of course, the Onmyoji trait, as I said earlier, and he has the ability of Fanfare. He summons a Paper Shikigami, again very crucial to the more modern version of Dimension Shift Runecraft using the Onmyoji archetype introduced in Absolute Champions. And he also has a activate ability, or act in other card games like Card 5 Vanguard, Wise Wars, Reaper for You, etc., where he can put an ally Shikigami follower, like Paper Shikigami, and deal 4 damage to an enemy follower of choice. Very handy, and if we do that, we are unable to activate additional activated abilities other than our once per turn evolve, which this guy happens to have. So we go over to his evolve. It only costs us 1 play point or 1 evolution point if we are able to grab that resource, where he can deal 2 damage to an enemy follower. And if we have 7 or more spells plus Onmyoji cards in the cemetery, we can deal 4 instead. And he has the same activated ability if we cannot use the base form one, the whole deal 4 damage by sacrificing a Shikigami to deal some damage onto the board. Now, why this particular card? Well, one, he gives us a lot of powerful value with both a Shikigami token that can then just be eliminated to activate both some damage onto the board, and the last words draw and discard 1 for the easy spell chain / Onmyoji count setup in the cemetery for our Kuan, founder of Onmyoji shenanigans, for our Dimension Shift shenanigans, while just getting a lot of tempo pressure on the opponent's board. And second of all, this is also in Runecraft. Runecraft's already known for powerful tempo spells like Fire Chain, like Fiery Embrace, even Rhyme Wind from the more recent Ring of Bahamut set that English just got. Speaking of Ring of Bahamut, Surefire Bullet, of course, is very nice to have. It's a spell, what's not to like? And all of this just allows Runecraft players building around the Onmyoji archetype and Dimension Shift to just really have powerful tempo swings for relatively little cost, even if Curse Crafter has a what would look like a pretty firm restriction on how we can use that sacrifices Shikigami to deal damage onto the board. There's just way so much value in doing that. And Booster and Silence were going, okay, Booster Set 7, Virgin Steel, which by the time this releases has already been released in Japan. People are already messing around with the new Nectara Machina stuff. Y'all probably have already seen Rika's little stream where they were experimenting with particularly Nectara Forest and Nectara Sword. More on that probably to come in a video sometime after this. We will see. And that all being said, with introducing things like Eleanor Cosmic Flower and her spell, Splendid Conjury, it just adds even more value onto the strategy of setting up spell chains, setting up Onmyoji count for our cool one dimension shift shenanigans for very easy lead those. On top of that, we already know that the deck already can already start pushing face with stuff like Demon Color. So Booster Attackers are going, okay, you know what, with this releasing for Runecraft on top of the Machina stuff that it's getting, they say, okay, you know what, we notice that people were still playing this deck well past Absolute Champions more than 2 months later, even with the Idolmaster Cinderella Girls collaboration set, as we have seen in the recent Grand Prix in Chiba. And we just see that deck performing very, very well against the very heavily played Idolmaster Cinderella Girls base decks of all sorts of stuff. Cool mid-range, cute reanimated mid-range, even stuff like cool Anastasia combo based decks here and there. But we see that Dimension Shift, Cool One, Spell Chain, Rune decks are just able to really remain steadfast and really put pressure on many decks. You know, it's able to again play very good tempo, it's able to play for board, it's able to threaten easy lethals with or without Dimension Shift pretty early. You know, there's a lot of that system where you have the chance to get rolling as a result of both a combination of board answers and the turbo draw, etc. setup that cool on D-Shift players are doing. So honestly, is this hit warranted? For the most part, yes. Curse Crafter honestly was pretty big value for Runecraft, for this Onmyoji D-Shift deck specifically. And they're just going, you know what, let's see if doing this, limiting it to 1, we lower the shenanigans, we force a little bit, in some way, force some players off of it because they go, okay, we can't go to Degenerate Curse Crafter anymore to wipe out any boards going mega wide or what have you. We cannot easily have another Shikigami Spell Chain Enabler running amok. Maybe it's time to play something else. Maybe, as Booster and Cycling suggested, why not, since we have the technology? Why not? Machina Runecraft, for example. You still want to be in Runecraft. But that all being said, honestly, moving forward, maybe this particular hit may need to be reanalyzed just to see, did Booster and Cycling really make the right choice in restricting Curse Crafter, or could they have made a better decision and maybe done something more akin to a choice restriction, or maybe affect something a little more potentially potent. Maybe, you know, again, we see that even Demon Callers spawning could just be very, very hyper value with the Rush and all and the Stag boost to the Paper Shikigami, especially if left unanswered. That's just very, very dangerous for players in general. But that being said, I do want to thank you all for watching. Let us know what you think down below as to was Curse Crafter the right choice to restrict for Runecraft decks, and whether or not you see this being replicated in English in some way, or, you know, if you are an English player, do you think that this will finally shift the meta game in JP towards something even more diverse, especially after that debacle that we saw during Grand Prix Chiba? You know, we like to hear from y'all in the comments below. And with that, we will catch you all over in the next video. Continue to embrace the dark, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.